It's a beautiful sight. Children kneeling and vying in front of their parents. Two Muay Thai boxers kneeling and vying each other after a fight. If you truly respect someone, do it. It's your choice. But what if society is trained to do it for the purpose of enslaving the mind and the soul? A supporter of the Disrupt page asked me to do a video on the concept of Tai Chi. Translation, the do-nothing Thais. Those who, no matter the tyranny and injustice that exists in society, they don't do anything about it. They don't protest, they don't even post about it on social media, they don't click like, they don't even retweet. In the words of Ice Cube in the movie Boys in the Hood,
either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
That's how old I am. Now, of course, there are a few explanations for the concept of Tai Chi, the cultural trait. This video will discuss one reason. You see, slavery exists in two forms. There's putting your wrists and ankles in chains, forced slavery in the physical sense. This form of enslavement is primitive. Then there's the enslavement of your mind and your soul, training you to accept and submit, making your enslavement voluntary, having you yourself believe that your enslavement is moral and righteous. This form of enslavement is ingenious manipulation, and we don't even realize we are doing it or that it's happening to us. Let me tell you a story. In 2010, I was invited to be a speaker on a panel. The topic was social inequality. This was quite a big event. The opening address was by the then Prime Minister Kun Aphisit Vechachiwat. Before the event started, the panelists and the honored guest sat in the VIP room. And while we were in the room, the door opened and a group of waiters walked in. They wore the traditional Raja pattern shirts, Indian tradition, traditional lawn cloth Jongkaben, originally Cambodian tradition, the traditional long white socks, European tradition. Everyone carried a serving tray with drinks. One by one, as soon as they entered the room, they went to their knees and crawled to the VIPs. Now in Thailand, this is a very normal scene. The poo-yai, social inferior, crawling before the poo-yai, social superior. It was just another day in the kingdom. When a waiter crawled to me, I slid down from my seat, one knee touching the floor to receive the drink. Why? I felt too embarrassed to just sit there and have this person kneel at my feet. This human being, this person who deserves human dignity like anyone else, should not have to kneel at my feet. Who am I? I'm just another human being. At the event, there might have been 400 or 500 people in the audience. And on the panel, I talk about this experience from the VIP room as a shining example of inequality in Thailand. You see, economic inequality, social inequality, political inequality, unequal treatment by the law, these are just symptoms, expressions of cultural inequality, the mindset and the belief system, the culture that tells us there are those who should have privileges, and then there are those who should accept their lot in life. And the social contract between the two groups is represented by one group kneeling at the feet of the other. I submit to you. Now on the panel and in the audience, some people love it. Some were very uncomfortable. Such is life. Let me tell you another story. I'm a part-time lecturer at Thammasat University in the international program. When Thai students from international schools come up to my desk to talk to me, they just walk up, stand next to me and talk. When students from Thai schools come up to me, they drop to their knees. To which I tell them, please stand up and talk to me. I may be your teacher, you may be my student, but we are both humans with human dignity. You don't have to kneel. Do it for your parents. Do it if you want to for the people you respect, but don't do it just because I happen to be your teacher, your poo-yai. We just met today for the first time. You can't already have so much respect for me as a person that you would kneel before me. We just met. Now, if you don't want to stand over me, that's fine. Pull up a chair. We'll sit and talk, our heads at the same level. Now, many students were happy that they don't have to crawl. Many just couldn't help themselves, always automatically dropping to their knees whenever they come up to my desk. It is as if something is imprinted in their DNA, telling them, drop to your knees now. So why is this? Thammasat doesn't expect them to crawl. It's not in the rules. The answer is they have been trained to crawl at the feet of the poo-yai, from since high school, grade school, and kindergarten. That's more than 10 years of training to submit to authority. More than 10 years of training to obey without question. More than 10 years of training to believe in the social hierarchy, the righteousness of the poo-noi kowtowing to the poo-yai. More than 10 years of developing the muscle memory to bend the knee. It's cultural conditioning. It's both the rule of fear and the rule of acceptance. It's the proverbial Thailand only. Or this is Thailand, mai pen rai, nothing can be done. For many of us, we are Thai Choi because we have been trained from since young to accept the stages. No matter the injustice and tyranny, if our hearts and minds have been conditioned to submit and accept, then it's very difficult, if not impossible, to stand up and speak out. There is nothing wrong when we kneel to give respect if it's a matter of personal choice. After all, we kneel when we ask someone to marry us. Around the world, including the US and the UK, people kneel for the causes they believe in. But there is everything wrong if we use it as a tool to enforce social hierarchy by enslaving the mind and the soul of other human beings. We are Thai Choi for many reasons. This is one.